Now, Mayor Oscar Leeser talks exclusively with us about the dinner that ended with the assault charge. Now, it's all part of the program that the fire department offers to neighborhoods. One of the worst child abuse cases in New Mexico, and it pushed lawmakers to change the way child abusers are punished. Fire department has gone back to that neighborhood to help them protect their homes. Preparations for tomorrow's tribute to Juan Gabriel in his hometown of Juarez have been finalized. Sparked a serious allegation by City Rep Lily Limon against Mayor Oscar Leeser. But this morning, Limon's assistant called our newsroom to say that the text you just saw there isn't hers. Rather, it's a conversation between Tolbert and the mayor about plans for what's now being called a rolling quorum, where a change of location may have been decided regarding the downtown arena. Stemmed from an email from the head football coach to the school's principal and vice principal. Young woman raised here in El Paso, her opportunity was to audition for NBC's The Voice and sing in Spanish instead of English. Dames for Dogs. And joining me now, we have Danielle, Jasmine, and Gisela. And you guys have a special place in my heart because that's where I got my own little buddy. This is where I got Buddy. He can hang out with Don. Now, the restaurant is collecting new and gently used books that will be donated to kids here in our community. I was going to say, I wouldn't camp out there, but free food for a year?
You know I love their cookies.
I might camp out. UTEP men's basketball has won 4 of their past 5 games and is bringing back memories of their glory days at the Haskins Center to bring a new amenity to the city, but not everyone's really on board. This controversial Senate Bill 4 just days ago. We may now have to live with another wall between Texas Democrats and Texas Republicans. One of the people that you'll see on the ballot is Republican Tom Bashino running against El Paso County Sheriff and CBP across the country, including ports of entry right here in El Paso. To this day, baby Brianna's death is known as one of the worst child abuse cases in New Mexico history. 47% to 23% right now. As a former campaign manager, what would David Saucedo have to do?
But someone chose to eat fried chicken and not kale.
Oh.
With the bun in the car.
Oh, turn the cameras
goodness.
off, people. Cameras off. Several key seats are up for grabs tonight, including El Paso Mayor and some city council spots. We have team coverage. Congressman Scalise did have his detail with him, along, as you mentioned, the Capitol Police were there, but you know, not every member of Congress has a congressional detail. Texas Senator Ted Cruz came to visit the borderland. Then he was running against Donald Trump. Now he's working with him. One of the 2 men has pleaded guilty in connection to a double homicide in Goshen. First time ever, the West Point Black Knights traveled to El Paso to play the UTEP Miners at the Sun Bowl. It was also the first time they took the field without one of their teammates. The folks in charge of watching your toddler left them behind in a daycare van. And that's what happened to one South Bend family.
Breaking news.
That's right. There's breaking news tonight on the campaign trail.
Fox News is projecting Donald Trump as the winner of one of the biggest prizes in tonight's primaries, New Jersey. GOP presidential candidate Donald Trump's running mate. Good evening. A lot to get to on this Friday night. I'm Faran Fronczak. Critics blasting the sentence as far too lenient. The University of Notre Dame is at the top of a list of all Indiana colleges for reported rapes. Yeah. Would you support Donald Trump as the presumptive GOP nominee? And they all said, I support the Republican nominee. Why can't they say Donald Trump's name? Then it was south to Iowa, then east to Ohio. But the last bank Dillinger robbed was 8 days after his birthday, June 30th, 1934, in South Bend, Indiana. Tonight's exclusive News Channel 9 candidate forum for District 8. I'm your moderator for tonight. How do you plan on handling the media when something probably doesn't go your way? And we'll start with you, Mr. Guillen. Sorry, our final question comes from Jaime. How are you going to be the same or different than Courtney Nyland, who you will be replacing? A high school teenager is behind bars tonight, accused of trying to join ISIS. As far as the Democratic Party now moving forward, are you going to be encouraging people to go and vote out for in these runoffs? Because we could essentially have 2 Republican candidates. Annual Sunburst Races kicks off at 6 a.m. tomorrow and takes runners right through the middle of downtown.
To break the suspense, no, I'm not running the marathon.
Neither am I.
Not this year. Well,
I did not dress like a checkered flag on purpose for Adam's story. We're just working on the ending, but yeah, for the most part, we pretty much are.
Oops.
Poor man. No, again, I'm having a blast, but it's for a great, important cause. All the money I raise goes to the Center for the Homeless.
And some of that money might have to go to his medical bills after all that. Well, coming up.
Waiting to hear Beto O'Rourke say those words, I'm officially running for the U.S. Senate. He was surrounded by his supporters, his friends, his family, his kids. Next to his side, as he made the announcement, his wife, Amy. Now, O'Rourke knows that this is going to be a pretty tough campaign.
Everybody knows that Grape Road is known for its traffic jams. Well, right now it's 10 a.m., and I'm standing right in the middle of it. I don't feel cold at all.
Driving through this snowstorm is a little bit different than last week's snowstorm. The board did vote a 134-10 in favor of the intent to strike. The 17th Congressional District is going to know the difference between her and her opponent, again, Republican Bobby Schilling.
It's millennial night, and you're throwing out the first pitch. Are you nervous?
Don, I am throwing out the first pitch, and I'm a millennial as well, so 2 for 1 tonight. But, you know, one of the things that's really cool about tonight is even though they are coming off of a 2-game loss, the ballpark here is just, I mean, you can tell it's going to be a really fun night.
Says she knew the case would have gone on for far too long, and it eventually would have been appealed. And the city could have spent nearly $1 million on this case.
How are you staying cool throughout all this?
That's funny. That's really funny. We're not.
East of Chicago is the Indiana State Penitentiary in Michigan City. Dillinger was sentenced to 10 years behind bars here for a petty theft gone bad. The employees cannot speak on camera, but most of them tell me that they know where they're being transferred. The number of undocumented immigrants arrested has nearly doubled since last year, and that was before SB 4. 22 trucks are en route right now. There's only been about 2 accidents today, so again, we advise motorists, please keep clear, buckle your seatbelts. Are hoping to reach a contract tonight since the faculty has been out of work since last July. Tells me he has no idea how long it's going to take to get those enhanced videos back, but he says that they are in the custody of the Illinois Fire Marshal. We're going to ask you a couple questions here. I have Andy Morgan with me. Now, he has never seen these questions, so this is like real live TV here, okay?
Matt and I kind of collaborated a little bit on the one breakdown section, and you said you had a lot of fun and how like amazing I was.
Well, you know.
Whenever I sign up for anything or I volunteer for something, I'm going to do it bigger, and I'm going to do it the best that's ever been. So what, I guess, are you most anticipating when you guys see the Black Knights coming through the tunnel on Saturday?
Just looking for the win, man.
Now tonight on News Channel 9 at 5, the congressional seat is open now, and I talked to County Judge Veronica Escobar, who has been talking to Beto O'Rourke about possibly running for this seat. We're going to have her interview for you. I also talked to his wife, Beto O'Rourke's wife, Amy, about how the family all came to this decision. You'll be able to see that tonight on News Channel 9 at 5. Reporting live in the downtown, Faran Fronczak, News Channel 9. Weighing in at 47,000 pounds, this bad boy only had 8 miles on it when it was picked up down in Texas. Complete with 12-inch glass bulletproof windows, it can seat 12 SWAT team members and survive explosive device attacks and ambushes.
We drove it on county roads, we drove it on city streets, we took it on the highway. You know, we had to see what its capabilities was and if it suited our use.
With 20 years experience on the SWAT team, Officer Brian Costa says the vehicle can and will go anywhere.
We've had it up to every posted speed limit in our area.
The vehicle was designed for the military overseas to shield them from bullets or explosives.
Now the windows don't operate, but because they're fairly thick, and they also will handle a substantial amount of gunfire.
So with no working windows, that made me wonder. So you potentially could never go through a McDonald's drive-thru?
I could potentially never fit through a McDonald's drive-thru unless I opened the door and ordered. We could try it.
Yeah, we didn't. But driving around town, we did get some waves and some stares. Naturally, being your Fox 28 ride-along reporter, I had to take it for a test drive. Officer Costa knew I had experience driving a snowplow.
Do you remember your snowplow training?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay, how do you release the brake?
How do I, that I don't know.
Okay.
So just drive.
Just drive, just like you would a normal car.
Except this car has a narrow rectangular windshield. I feel like I could plow through an entire building in this.
I know. Great.
Officer Costa had me practice driving around light poles.
How nervous are you right now that I'm driving this?
Not at all, because I know it can handle the light poles, as long as we don't run anybody over.
Driving the SWAT vehicle drove just like any other truck. My Anchor Town pal is going to be so jealous. Okay, brake. But you could feel it had more power, and you knew it could handle driving through anything.
God forbid if we have to use this. You know, I hope that I don't have to use it in my career, but I'm not that selfish to think that that I don't need it.
And since County Metro got the vehicle for free,
We can turn around tomorrow and if we need to, send it back. But if it didn't suit our needs.
in Mishawaka, Faran, Fronczak, Fox 28 News.